Hi, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, the expansion for Endwalker, released December 3rd, 2021. And after 5,000 people in queue and hours later, I finally got on. I'm talking hours. And I'm just going to try to edit the live as best I can. So hopefully it sounds mostly okay. And we'll just start here. Horse Chestnut Weapon Coffer. Level 515. Horse Chestnut. Would like to open it just to see it, but I'm not gonna. Yes, I am gonna. Just not on this jump. Alpha Node is feeling the need to take stock. He wants to talk with me. That's nice. I'd like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. Aren't we all good? Said everyone. I thought you wanted to talk to me. Now my feelings are a wee bit hurt. Look, I am the king of this room. It's perfect. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? Yes, do remind me because I actually did not watch any videos to prepare. I'm just coming out here completely blind. The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Tlaforoy. Foroy. Oh, that makes me sad. The Tlaforoy's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past. Whoa. Are they going to win? I think they are. An apocalyptic event that will result in the destruction of all we hold dear. And everything we don't hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. Unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered, at least. But after what happened to Ehrenwald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. What happened to Fordola? Yet while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. No. You did not get disconnected. Okay. Alright, death's better than disconnection. I was like, what's that BB? Alright. I understand. As you know, the Tlaforoy are under the leadership of Fendaniel and one other delightful fellow, Xenos, a Galvus, the Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. That's all. The capital has probably seen the worst of it for a good while. There I saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession. But that has since changed, and in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, with nary a word spoken, that they labored to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Tlaforoy. An army of primals is awful enough, But in light of recent developments, I fear it is only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly before our allies are overwhelmed. This is what we're going to be doing for the next year. We will find a way in Charlian, I am sure of it. Master Fortunalt's comment regarding the final days were curious to say the least. The Forum knows more than is willing to let on. Sorry to interrupt. We've just received word from Mistress Kryle. She says that arrangements for your visit have finally been finalized. You're to head to Limsa and board the next ship bound for Charlotte. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Valkyries. Come to assist with the Order's restoration. Your spies infiltrating Charlian. May be settled, but what are your thoughts? They must raise the prospect of returning home after so long. I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course. Set off at once. Then I'll accompany you to the docks. We need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. Glad the router held out. Rising stones was instanced. I'm sorry I distracted you with Sage when you could have gotten more story in there. What? It's not letting me go to Limsa. Is Limsa instanced? I don't like the new Aetheryte menu. It's confusing. This is confusing. Airship landing. Is there a thingy always at the airship landing? Wait. Oh, double click it. Interesting. Hello, humans. Hello. Let's try F12. Yeah. Everyone's here, which is good because I've already paid for your passage and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Charlian should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. Boarding the ship scene.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louisoix of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian?
She didn't know about his past? It's a secret.
Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
He's so big compared to him.
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
Whatever.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
I'll bring them back safe and sound, I promise. No sense bringing up things regardless of change.
I'll hold you to that.
Uh-oh.
Ah, good. You're still here.
It's Hori.
Hori! Kultine! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
We're set to sail! All aboard for Charlian!
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey! And please, please, be careful.
Oh, that's a good shot.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. treasure every moment, every step of your descent. And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Here. Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
Wow. I can trust your words no longer. Alright, why now, Heidelin? What do you want from me?
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Heidelin has always been, a primal.
Just straight up says she's a primal.
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse, which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him.
Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse, which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to stop him? Why did you want the apocalypse to happen?
Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms, monumental, which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlayan's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
You made her very pretty. And I like her clothes. She's not wearing a bikini or something stupid.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
Oh, how could you not be stiff?
And a good morning to you too. Taken a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go! Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlayan.
Oh, I see it.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian said. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
We just have to read a book, and then we're all done. this tracks.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next, then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Well, we should have thought about that before we left.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we? Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alizé Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Ooh. Look at her earrings, so pretty.
And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
So suspicious.
Name and occupation?
Student. Adventurer by trade. Artisan. Champion of Eorzea. Artisan?
Indeed. Your profile describes you as an adventurer, but one also trained in the rather more constructive pursuits of procurement and production. You may enter. And you, sir?
Dragon killer. Eyeball holder. Eyeball tosser.
Justinian Varlino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
This is so awkward. Lala killer. Bodyguard. Dragon studier.
If you'll allow me...
Hey, Crow.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
Whoa.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
So you walk in and kill everything? Knock books on the floor? Ah! Kick.
Croyle! It is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Sir Taciturn. Here we are. It's very Croatian. That's pretty cool. spotted your ship. And of course, the officers are born bureaucrats and stickers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to keep your pamphlets back. Horse, chestnut, weapon, and copper. Find 15 chestnuts. It's getting dark out. Gloomy. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what we've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Moon and Estine's first time in Charlian, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. Even Thamkern's from here? You must have places you wish to visit and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agendas so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in this city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Balzian Annex. How does that sound? Balzian? 'Tis a fine suggestion. You may not be welcome at the Louviere estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. This music's pretty modern. I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of the old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Aetherite Plaza. Wasn't it? I shall join you there and all. Yes, we'll see you there. Look at them, now I'm throwing up from that ship trip. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting, forthwith by thy leave. One of you, Estinian, my service as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary until we reconvene. I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... We're very independent. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? Did you just call him Raha? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Oh, of course, if you'll have me. Maybe it's cool to leave off the kitty cheek. This does feel like a trip, so it's cool. I feel like I'm there. After you, my friend, I am more than follow your lead. He's now accompanying me. Keep him at your side under proceeding quest objectives. You can leave Grahatia behind by entering a different area using the Ethernet, or by putting too much distance between you. You can also speak with Grahatia and select the option to part ways. If you wish to have Grahatia accompany you again, return and speak with the original location. While Grahatia is accompanying you, next try speaking with Cryo. Interesting. All set, but let's be on our way. Our first stop, recently enough, will be the last stand. It's a cafe on the west side of Harbor. Kryle is now accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Kryle at the designated location. This is kind of weird. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which will offer additional topics of discussion. Enter the glowing area and speak with your quest companions to initiate bonus conversations and enjoy exploring the surroundings together. Okay. Do you guys run? Cool. You guys run the wrong way? Oh, Oh, here's a conversation point. Discuss the storage facility. With all the usual wares coming and going at all hours, expect the assistance of an intrepid adventurer will be highly appreciated. I see no reason why you couldn't undertake any tasks which pique your interest. You may have been cleared by the immigration officials after all. I look forward to the day your name is celebrated in Charlotte in the same way as yours. Oops. Come on, let's go to a cafe. This place is called the Peristyle and is the first stop before cargo unloaded at the docks. You'll find the usual necessities daily and other imports and vital to running an island nation, but also supplies that further Charlene's pursuit of knowledge, namely large quantities of books, specimens, and samples. Sort of stacks certainly seems to keep the attendants busy. If it's an island, how are we gonna fight behind their backs? Now, that is the site one could not forget, the great statue of Thaliac. As a student of Baldesian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val, but I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Thaliac Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar will stand at its end. As you know, this is Lincoln. Scholars, we still love you. As you know, the Charlean people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Thaliac was chosen as our patron deity, it was more of a matter of pragmatism than belief, and alignment of principle, as it were. We may have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes, but our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Charleans can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. Oh, here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation was quite extensive, the average Charlean tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. Food is sustenance, not to be enjoyed. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland, as encapsulated by Archytos Archon loaf. The prevailing sentiment towards cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the studio however who could not stomach school's insipid meals no longer, so he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. So the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Charlean, one and only bastion of the culinary arts in the Isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the most impressive items on the menu. Not that I've never had the pleasure of eating one myself. We're getting hamburgers. Because you were a typical Charlie when it came to cheap and convenient, Raha. But surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. You should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs beside the cafe and your will take something. Keep your right to the plaza. Very nice. I wish it wasn't so overcast. Very nice. Let's look over here. A lot of people over here. And cutscenes. Ticking. Can I flee away from you guys? Good. feels like a neighborhood, a housing area. However, there's a perfectly functioning Aetheryte. Remember to introduce yourself before it's gone. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I should make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Charlian stand at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of elegant Aetherytes, it allowed us to understand reconstruction. That was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Charlian's largest marketplace. I'm glad that they don't have like savage, normal savage, all out stuff. We can just take our time here. The Confluence. Speaking of Aetherytes, those teleportation fees do add up after a while, which is why I tended to rely on the far cheaper fairy services. I was pleasantly surprised when Mistress Tataru informed me that the Scions are reimbursed for transportation costs as part of our duties, but I find old habits hard to break. That, and I'd rather not be bothered filling out the necessary paperwork. That's the interest of the Confluence. I have no doubt their expertise will prove useful at some point, so I suggest you remember your way here. This place? Or this place? Prices are gonna be crazy weird. Oh, there's a horse chestnut piece right there. 100,000. Chad bought one. Oh. Wow. Let's try it. Time to play? Yeah. These little open air bookstalls are so uniquely Charlotte. I'd always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. That's cool. if I browse the shelves for a moment, there might be some hidden gems at the end. Only a moment? How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but I want to wait around for you. No! Perhaps I'll return later then. Good idea. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find the wares made at Charlene, as well as a wide selection of goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to Aetheryte Plaza, follow the path north, and climb up the stairs to that imposing building at the very top. Alright. Oh, damn. $560. So much to do. Oh, these weapons you can buy straight up here from the FEC. And well, they're not HQ though. So all the HQ ones are up on the market board for a lot right now. Oh damn, you get the horse nest chestnut right here too. Gaga. Aw. It's pretty. Oh, that's lovely. A butterfly. Cute. A stick. Sticks are the worst. Handles. Cool. Oh, it's got a butterfly too, only it's green. It's nice music here. Lose anybody, right? I forgot about you guys. This is pretty. Lots of cool places to hang out. If you're like a real life person. This is the Nymphaeum. An area dedicated to the blessing of water. For Charlene's, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It is a reminder of the Great Flood, which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as the symbol of knowledge which flows from Thalic's divine viewer. This is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. These little decorative features are typical Charlene architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Val were rather simple and rustic in comparison. Sorry. Forgot my Discord is open. Turn off people's names. And companions. Still see the pet titles. Still see pet feast display. Well, that's not very helpful. Okay, someday. Friends. This is too much to change. This is annoying. Hide. Titles. Hide. Other pieces. Hide. Okay, now that I will never remember how to turn that back on. Oh, let's see a little pets first. Grand structure before you is the rostra. This building? Name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives deliver orations and debate policies. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. So just to put me in mind of my arrival on the first, those who'd gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Charlian. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, a Crystarium. I can almost see the peak of. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councils would object to simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with the fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. We have the Journey's End. Nighttime, brah. How can you see anything? I can eat right on top of the building. Old Charlie and new to you. I don't take bus here. arrived at Journey's End. History tells us this is where those who put ashore with Archon Yunkrumf built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district with the most important officials and the oldest Charlatan families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from the House of Levier. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. And with that, we bring our little Charlatan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, should we head directly to the Valdesian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Well, let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, and then follow the path below the Eat Right Plaza. Correct. After you. Alpha grew up. Damn. That tells you the ones you're missing now. Up there, right? I thought ours was to go here. That's because I teleported. It's making you walk, you son of a... Come on. Lame. Super lame. Suck. Learn to teleport. Put my beaver away, huh? Ah, the choice look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you this is the Valdesian Annex. Sure. If you continue up the hill, you'll arrive at the doorstep of the Phenomenal. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Besides, if you then. Again. Can't be you again. I'm back! Ah, you're right about the ship then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. And it's a pleasure to finally meet you, Moon. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika! Ojika Sunjika! It's been an age. Like a million years. Allow me to introduce Ojika Sunjika, Administration Officer of the Students of Valdesian. He oversees the day-to-day businesses of the Annex. You may recall meeting his cousin Ojika. Oh yes, Eureka! I've read the initial reports. Quite a shock to hear what's become of the Isle. Do take care of the opportunity to rejoin the expedition. If you have the opportunity. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters. Of course, but we often had occasion to visit Charlotte, whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. The annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. Yet it feels so empty with so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we'll see the students rise again. Next expansion, Rise of the Students! But first, we must ensure that the Telephora fall. Yeah, I get a bad feeling we're all gonna die. See that door on the left? There is the main hall where we'll discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you probably have time to rest before our discussion begins in earnest. I've had private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please feel free to make yourself at home. Ah, the nap rooms. Perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, they made nap rooms for kids! I want a nap room. Everywhere I go. Oh, I didn't mean to give the wrong impression. The chambers were quite well appointed. Far more so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. It was simply that we were often so busy with research or exhausted from journeys abroad, they would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. I feel you. Thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you in the main hall. Do I get my own chamber or a nap room? I'm pretty okay with both ideas. Unless someone comes in to nap with me. Then I'd be nervous. Are you ready for a nap? I'm pretty sure you're gonna make me take a nap, and I probably just hit the wrong button. Holy hell, these are some nice nap rooms. I can nap there. I can call my retainer. Can I call my retainer here? Oh. I knew that. I've played the game before. Feather bed. No poke in the eye. Research of posters. Crap all over the tables. Oh, a box of rocks? Wait, yes. Guess the summon bell. That's a millionaire. Oh. Oh. That seek looks really far away to reach. It's cool. Can you take a bath in it? I could take a bath in it. Towels, maybe that's a bath thingy. You can't sit. Oh, there's also dishes. Maybe I shouldn't sit there. Nice pink jacket, boy. Main hall. I like college. I hate high school. This is a very college feel. Feeling refreshed and alert, our college will be wandering soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. How'd you know I went to the nap room? Big ass carpet.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
You know, I don't trust what you're doing.
It's fine, Oriange. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroid's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Favner. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the Satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. It is possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
His accent doesn't seem as annoying.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts. You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alice and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course! The more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
I thought I was supposed to lead both. Roja's so cute. Hitting the books, an unsettling change has come over Charlotte. But together we will divine the underlying cause of the Forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the councils directly is fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge, which is why I began scouring Charlene's activity archive of historical records for any hint of a connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day now that I have this band of willing reinforcements. The search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside Nalmina, shall we? Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. Boys, for Thavner bound, we will get some water. Umra Lasky. Whoa. Some level 1 food. Level 2 food. I have Kral's instructions in hand. If you are ready to sit out, then so are we. Having been to Thavner before, I can travel by Aetheryte. But what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kral was of the same mind and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. What? The Confluence, thou sayest. I'm afraid so, my friend. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart. Into the sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of our comrade Mumbrida. Mumbrida was an authority on etherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? See my almost girlfriend's dead almost girlfriend's parents? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last, as it hath the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus have I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice, and yours alone. If it's too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art so kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. But settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Waiting love. A literary delivery. Doll dash. Scholarly perspective. Hunt for specimens. Looks like etherite. Thavnir bound and hit the books. This way. Diminutive gleaner. Let's have a look at you. He's cute. What's this, a girl? Just experience. The diminutive gleaner is on the lookout for able-bodied adventurers. Do my eyes deceive me? It's you! The legend! The ultimate legend. Well, as I live and breathe, it is you. Ha! I knew I'd be the first to track you down. Who's the guild ship's top hunter now, eh? Wait, you have heard the guild ship's hunt? Yes? Oh. They're not so different from the hunts you're familiar with in yours. As I understand it, I figured them rather more challenging, but an adventurer of your caliber would never turn down a challenge, would you? No, you would not. Praise being the thought of the versatile, to register your interest in your earth's convenience. She looks nice. Is she a reaper? She's a ninja. She has some pretty cool clothes here. Okay, 5:30 close. Looks very nice. Just never noticed it before. No thanks. I want up. Up, up, up. Up, up. I'm lost. Here? Just want to see. Rocks. Hi, kite. Boys' lines. Well now, this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of proud students of Valdez and we seek passage in the tavern understood you and assistance. So serious. Oh, the test subjects. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Oh, you hadn't heard? Let me explain. So in order to travel to an aetheryte, you order need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out. While you're mess of ether hurtling through the light stream. It's true, I don't know, hurtling through the light stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? I really would have liked to have this information. A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years we've labored to make such travel possible that people might move more about more safely. Does that mean I don't have to tune all the aetherites? And we've done it! We've created a new kind of aetherite that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may be effective. Misleading, the user need not attune to these aetherites, but the aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that of our first test pair of aetherites, one has been installed near Charlotte, and the other over in Yedlemod, a port town in there. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Rags at hand, and indeed, we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous of you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say that these rights were made for people like your good self. The magic's imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. Veritable dream come true. And far be it from me to worry about such things, but we do have permission to make use of your shining invention. The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're ready, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most of these people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift hopelessly in the light stream. That's statistically unlikely that something goes awry. Hey, but it's plain that you aren't most people, and hey, heh, Mr. Scowl truly knows how to play them. Let's just walk. Let's take the boat. If I might change the subject, our masterful son and Mistress Bloida, not present today. Oh, did you hear? They've recently resigned from their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not moved to the details. Let's see. They're gonna suck Broomhilda back from the ether. Light stream. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see your preparations outside the ether plaza. I'll be along shortly. I was gonna go with Trial, but I don't know. I'll go where the road takes me. Just this spot. That's the boys.
Set.
She talks. Hey, she's got my
Just
earring.
the 4 of you, was it?
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects.
Just crazy.
Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Going to die. After all we've been through and all we've done. This crazy person's shoving us through the life stream.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Oh God, help us. Oh, she's got a remote control. Don't move too much then.
Oh, and one last thing.
What?
You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness.
What?
Good luck!
What?
You... That RJ just waves. I've been nauseous before. That's cool. Went far away. Island hopping. Mermaids.
Thavnir, home to city-state
Why is it
Rad
so
Adhar.
gloomy out?
Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time. Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
He's like,
what
so.
chance?
Damn. Hey, we could be
Against such
dead.
an insidious foe,